What's going on, Backpack? Wanted to make a video on how I plan on leveling up to power level 1000 and the pinnacle power of 1010. What you're going to do is you're going to start off on your character you play the least, and then you will level up your main last. I'm just on my Titan right now for a demonstration, but what I plan on doing to level up on my Titan, obviously I cleaned out my quest as best as I could. I have some bounties saved up for seasonal XP, but as you see right here on the map and destinations, any gold star, these are all powerfuls that are going to level you up from 950 to 1000. Doesn't matter what order you do these in, it just make sure that you do them all. You know, these are pretty simple, just doing 8 bounties of each and then leveling up clan XP and bounties and gambit and playing Crucible and playing a couple gambit games and doing some moon pinnacles, and obviously we have daily heroics and flashpoint. Some of these could change. You know, you never know what's going to happen on Tuesday. We don't know if we're going to have some new powerfuls. They did say in the TWAB that they were going to give us more pinnacles halfway through the season. So, I mean, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But the main thing is doing all your powerfuls on your first character. Once you do that, you're going to do your pinnacles. As you are going through your level ups, please make sure that you do not pick up anything from the new season. Do not pick up this first package. This is a full armor set that you could use for leveling down the road. And any armor piece in this piece will scale. So anything, these gauntlets, these boots, they will all scale with your power. So trying to avoid picking these pieces up unless they will push you to the next power level. I'm going to pull up Dim real quick to show you. This is Destiny Item Manager. I use the beta. But if you look right here, it shows you what your power is. So if this number, you know, if these numbers right here said 968.7, that means you need 2 points because there's 8 points in the power. So if you're 968.8, you just need one piece to push yourself to 969. So yes, if there's a way for you to pick up a certain piece to guarantee you to the next level, you should. This is called mid-maxing. I do this all the time, but this is definitely a great app to use. I use it all the time. So when you're leveling up, let's say you finish all your powerfuls, you finish all your pinnacles on your first character, what do you do? So I'm just going to show you what weapons I have on, just using these as reference. So we're just going to have the Recluse, the Nagi, and the Hammerhead. So I'm going to switch over to my Warlock and kind of just explain to you where this is where people mess up because they don't understand like why it's so important to do this. So when you switch to your second character, the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to refresh Dim because it doesn't auto refresh anymore. Let me pull this back up for you. So I'm going to go on Dim. It recognizes I'm on Warlock, and I'm just going to transfer over my 3 highest weapons. I'm just using those as a reference. So I'm just transferring those over. So right now you've brought more power to your second character because of these were the weapons that you achieved on your first character. So what are you going to do? You're going to want to equip them. So once you do, you have to start focusing on how can you get your armor up, because you don't want armor to drop like when you don't need it, if that makes any sense. You literally want armor now. You don't want guns to drop because your guns are all higher than your current power level. I just can't show you right now because I'm at max power. But how would you achieve it? Some people are probably thinking, oh, I know what I can do. I can go into my season pass and I can literally just go to 1 and I can claim a whole armor set. No, because this is why. Once you get a helmet, let's say you get a helmet at your power, boom, you know, or you put on, you know, let's say you put on, see now you just pumped up your power level. So your gauntlets would drop higher, your chest will then drop higher, then your boots, and then your bond. If you grab a whole armor set, it's just going to be at that roll. I know you're probably thinking like, wow, it doesn't matter, it's only a few power levels. But when you're trying to mid-max and you're trying to hit 1,000 power as fast as you can, so you can hit that, you know, you're trying to hit 1,000 without doing any pinnacles, so then you can start getting that pinnacle power to 1,010. So this is the stuff you want to pay attention to. I would recommend doing something that drops armor. Pit of Heresy, drops armor. If you want to go in and you want to grab one piece, one piece out of here, if you just want to come in here and grab a pair of boots and see what it pops your power to, you can do that. Just really pay attention to your armor. And then once you get to that point where all your armor is, kind of, let me see if I can use the armor I have now. I can. So let's just say you're at this situation. You really need a pair of boots, but everything else is up to par. Do not waste powerfuls or whatever. Don't waste any engrams. Don't try and just get one piece. Just keep going. So once you've completed all your powerfuls on this second character and you've done your pinnacles, and maybe you don't even want to do the raid yet. Maybe you're just like, hey, maybe I don't want to do my pinnacle power yet. I just want to keep moving, which you can do that, but it's up to you. I'm going to fully level up my second character. I'm going to do all the powerfuls. I'm going to do all the pinnacles. Every piece I can possibly get on my warlock, I'm going to do, okay? Then I'm just going to switch back to my Titan because you guys know that I'm a Titan main, and we're dressing like clowns and shit now, so that's cool. So, what are you going to do on the Titan? What are you going to do on your main? So when you're on your main, you're going to do the same thing, okay? But this is where you have to pay attention because you're going to be transferring over those weapons that were your highest power level. And this is kind of where you have to pay attention to where your main character can skyrocket. There's some things I usually do. So when I put these weapons on, as you see, these are the weapons we use for the second character. You can actually go in to your collections. You can go to armor and you can go to leveling. And this stuff will drop 20 power level under. So let's say your guns are 990. You know what I'm saying? Let's say these guns are 990 and all your armor's 970. It's going to bump your power up to at least 975, 976. I'm just using key numbers there. It's not the correct numbers because you'd have to do the math, but always check this. Always check and see if you can go into armor leveling and see if any of this armor helps you. It probably won't, but most people don't know about this. Just pulling armor out and getting your armor up to subpar, that's all. So your third character, what do? You need armor. Yes, you're gonna try and get armor pieces. Go pull stuff out of your season pass if you want to. Go pull a pair of boots, a helmet. Do some milestones. Now you're just playing with RNG trying to get armor sets. Okay? Do not pull this. Do not pull this. Because, like I said, it's a whole set. You want to wait until you're done with your milestones right before you do your pinnacles. Right before you do your pinnacles, you're going to see if this helps you. If you could pull a whole armor set and bump you up to that 1,000 power level, because let's just say you're sitting at this situation. Let's say, okay, I need another little piece. Let's say you're sitting at this situation right here. Okay, this is 1,000. This is 1,000. This is not 1,000. Your bond's 1,000. So you need two pieces. It's not worth burning your milestones because you're just like, man, I got to do like 5 more milestones and see if I can get this RNG to drop. Just go pull that set out of your season pass and get the pieces and move on to pinnacle power because you'll be at 1,000 power level. So boom, let's just say you pull it out, bam, Now you're ready for pinnacle power. All your stuff's at par and you're ready to go. You can start your pinnacle power. Hopefully you get some good drops and go from there. This is just simple mistakes that people make, because they just don't go over every single thing. They don't go over every single way of getting power. Maybe you can grind some Crucible, some Gambit. There's going to be so many ways to level up, but I feel like people still struggle with power because anytime I grind on day one, people are just like, oh, I'm so behind. I'm like, well, did you do all your milestones on your first character and then transfer over your guns to your second and do it again? Well, no. And I'm like, all right, well, this is what you should do. Definitely pay attention to it. Anytime you're doing any activity, make sure you're picking up bounties for it. You can never go wrong with planetary bounties at all. Like, it's literally the best thing ever. Like, I've done, Crucible weeklies and Banshee weeklies and planetaries and, obelisk bounties. I know some people are like, oh, the obelisk bounties are going away, but hey, we're risking it. It's not a big deal. You got your Vanguard weeklies right here. Like, it's just simple stuff. This is just simple stuff, but people really, really, really ignore this stuff. And, make sure you're going through your inventory. I'm going to pull up Dim one more time. This is my inventory down here. Um, I'm always, like you see, I got weapon parts here. I have enhancement cores. I have at least 4,000 materials for each planet. Some of them I don't have enough. I have to go to Spider before the DLC, but just basic stuff. Like this is all just basic stuff, just making sure that you have materials to do things and clean your vault out for sure. I keep these ships here for users of Allah's authority ships for extra glimmer and legendary stars just if needed. My ghost scanners for each planet. As you can see, I kind of clean my vault out a lot. So just basic stuff that people need to know about. And, I'll be demonstrating how I'm going to use this strat on day 1 of Tuesday. So hopefully this video helped you. If you guys got any questions, comment down below. And I appreciate all the support lately. It's been really nice to see everybody commenting on the videos and kind of interacting with it. We hit 3K subs, so I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.